Welcome to Overgo World, making your life better through tech, vacations and other great things. Remember to subscribe so that you don't miss out on our latest videos. We're here today with the LUBA Mini AWD series. This is the 800 meter squared version and it is the wire-free lawnmower, robotic lawnmower. So let's open this up and see what you get inside. So we've just opened this up. As you can see right at the top we've got a quick start guide. So it refers to the robot mower here with the various sensors and the components. We've also got the dock and the charging cables for that. We've also got this, which is the antenna that you need to also attach because this uses GPS, so it needs to have a fix on the satellites, and then some additional tools as well. So we're going to now take this out and just have a look at the various parts. So I've just flipped the page over and as you can see it's got all of the steps here, and when we move this away, this is how it's sort of packaged in that foam, and you can see all the components there. So what we're going to do now is just take all of these out and start the assembly. So we've just taken this all out the box at the moment, and this is what you get. So you get the robot mower, you've got the dock, and then you've got the various components as well. So now it's time to assemble all of this together. Step one is installing the 3D vision module. So you're going to need the screwdriver for that, and that is in this accessory kit. In the accessory kit you've also got some RTK accessories, but we don't need to worry about those for the time being. So once you've got the screwdriver, just get that assembled by clicking that in, and it is going to be this component which is going to need to be installed into there. As you can see, there is a sticker here, as it says, make sure the cables are properly organized before securing the screws. So I'm just going to remove this now. So we're just pulling this off. So this is the lid, just removing that off. And we're not going to need this anymore because the 3D vision module will be sitting on there. So we'll put that to the side. There we can see the cables there. So you've got 1, 2, 3 connectors there. So I'm just going to gently pull those out so you can see those. I'm going to take the 3D vision module, so let's get that ready. So just take this out the packaging. So I'll just open this up. Just taking this out the packaging, and if I flip this over you can see the 3 cables which tie in with the 3 here. You can see black to black, white to white, and then you can see this one which screws into there. So I'm just going to attach all 3 of these onto there. Okay, so I've attached the wires, so white to white, so this literally just pushes in and you can see it click into there. Same thing with the black wire here. You can see you just push it in and it clicks into there. With this one you'll see that one of these, when you're assembling this, is some pins. Just marry those up with the other one and then screw both of these silver bits towards each other to just fasten it, and then all 3 connections are done. Once you've done that, you just place this back on and we screw these in. So I've put the cables, seated the cables into the cavity, put this on top. As you can see there's 4 screws there. On your screwdriver just make sure you got the right end. So one end is like that and one is like this, and you want that end for these particular screws. So you just put this into your screwdriver and screw them in. So just make sure that it's fully flush and then just screw these screws in. So that's what I'll do now. So I've tightened up all of these 4 screws. So there's 2 at the back, 2 at the front. That's now installed on there. As you can see here it says remove the sticker. So once you've got it fully installed like this, just lift that, remove that. That's the camera on the front of the electric mower, so robo mower. So that is step 1 done. So what we did was removed the plate and we've installed that by hooking up the 3 wires and putting in the screws. So that's quite straightforward. So we're now on to step 2, and that's just dealing with the initial installation of this charging dock. And this is quite simple. As you can see here, it's got the instructions here. It's just take this plate and put it into here. So you've got 2 slots there, 2 slots here. So it is as simple as lining these up and then just pushing this in. and that clicks in, and that's assembled. That's step 2 done. Okay, so this is step 3 now. We're going to install the RTK station. So you've got the RTK station itself, and then you've got these 1, 2, 3, 4 components. This simply screws into this. So you screw these two in together. As simple as that. If you flip this over, you screw this piece into here. And then the top of this screws into there. So we'll just attach that and screw it into there. This is assembled, this has been screwed in. This is screwed into there, so you just turn it around, screw it, and then you tighten with this. And then you've got this separate screw here. Now tighten this because I'm going to have this vertically, so it's going to be standing like this. If you loosen this, you can have it 90 degrees if you want to attach it to a wall instead. If you are attaching it vertically like this, you're going to need to spike it into the ground, because otherwise this will obviously topple. So what you do is you attach this spike into the bottom of here. You just screw it into there, and if I just show you by taking the cover off, that's the bottom of the spike. So I'll just screw this into the base now. Okay, so I've screwed that into the bottom of there. When I'm ready to spike it in, I'm just going to pull this off, so that will just reveal the spike underneath, which is that. So I'll just leave it on for the time being. The next thing to do then is also place this where you want to place it. So you're going to want it near the edge of your garden. When you've got it there, you need to connect all the power cables. So from this RTK, you unscrew this, and that will reveal some pins. If I can get it off, there you go, there's some pins there. On the back of the charging cable, you've got the short cable, and you do likewise, you just unscrew that, and that will also then reveal the socket that this is going to go into. So you just match up those two there, get them aligned, and then you just screw that together. To get that together tight, and then you've got the power cable that you need to connect to the actual charging dock. So there's that one, and here's the power supply. So you just take the orange end there and you just connect this, so you've got that on the bottom clicking into there, and you hear the click and it's connected. So that's all connected, it just needs to be plugged in. This needs to just be put down. That's all assembled. In terms of this base, to firmly put it into the ground, you have these 4 screws and this Allen key, and these just go into each of these and they just get fastened in, and then the whole base is fully set up, and the machine just clicks into, goes into there to charge up, and that's the full assembly then done. So if I just move this to the side and just take the machine, and that will just go then and charge into there when it's all hooked up. So that's the full assembly done for this product. The one thing you have to bear in mind is this has to be placed when you spike it in and you put it fully up. This has to have full view of the sky, so it's got to be 3 meters minimum from walls and trees in all directions, just to make sure it's got an appropriate signal. So you're just going to want to measure that out and make sure you've got a clear area of the sky from here, minimum 3 meters each way, to make sure you've got that clear visibility. Okay, we've got the RTK now put into the ground, so the spike's been put into there. Got the base unit near a wall, and as you can see, I'm now just literally screwing these in using the Allen key. So there's 4 of these, and you just literally screw them into the ground like this, just to keep this firm and in place. So I've powered this up now, and as you can see the green light's on. And I'm now just going to place the mower onto the base. And as you can see, the lights, charging lights, are now coming on. So the final step now is linking up your iPhone with the RoboMower. So in the instructions there's a QR code. When you scan that, that will take you to the Mammotion app on the App Store, and then you just follow the instructions for that to just pair it up with your mower, and then that's everything done. So we've had the mower mow the lawn. It does it in stripes, as you can see, and it does quite a good job. It does have some issues, as I'll show you shortly. So we've got the mower set up and it's charged on its base. You start the mower through the iPhone app, and when you start it, it will come out of its base. So it's just
Start
about
working. Task paused. Continue working.
And what it will do is it will go straight to the perimeter. And once it's found the perimeter, because you've got to map that out first, it will start the mowing. As you can see, one of the good things about this mower is that it can rotate on the spot. So when it is turning and it does cut in stripes, it can do that quite well. As you can see, it's positioned itself to do the cutting first. It is doing this in a vertical manner at the moment. The speed as well, you can increase from 0.3 meters per second to 6 meters, 0.6 meters per second as well, if you want to do that. I normally set it at 0.3 meters, so it's on the first time that it's cutting the grass, and then you can speed it up to the 0.6 if you just want it to do a quick cut. Now, to talk about some of the issues with the mower, because it is generally a good mower. The issues are that it's had a lot of firmware updates for the mower and for the app. After these updates, sometimes the positioning can get messed up, and sometimes it will just randomly stop. So there are sometimes some bugs with the software. But as you can see here, once you've done the perimeter mapping, it tends to know where to go up to and then stop. Now I've had to do the mapping 3 times, because the initial first 2 times, even though I walked behind it and did a manual mapping, the mower fell off into the flower bed. So this time when I've done the mapping, I've come in a lot closer from the perimeter rather than going up to the perimeter, and as you can see there, it's stopping and rotating. The downside with this is it is leaving an edge which will require manual mowing afterwards, or you can put the mower in manual mode and use your iPhone to guide it around to cut any areas which haven't been cut. So as you can see, it does not go all the way up to the edge. If you try to do it all the way up to the edge, it can, but it typically falls off into the flower bed and into the mud. The unit itself is very heavy as well, and when it does go off the edge, you can feel the blades grinding, so it's probably best to keep it in from the edge. In addition, when it does come across obstacles, you can set different sensitivities for object detection. You can switch it off to make it go even closer, but as you can see here, it doesn't do a very good job in terms of cutting all the way up to and around obstacles, so it leaves a fair bit of grass around, which you're going to need to trim with an edger. The other thing is it does tend to leave clumps of grass on there, so as you can see, because it is cutting in stripes, it does tend to leave some clumping of the grass. So although you get some good striped cutting, it does leave the grass slightly untidy in terms of the clumping of the grass. We hope you enjoyed watching this, so please feel free to hit the like button and remember to subscribe for great upcoming videos. Thank you and see you next time.